Welcome back to another episode of Getting Real with Matt and Amp. Dude, it's been months since we've been in here. And you realize
honestly,
this?
I just asked Rob earlier, when was the last time we filmed? He's like, I don't know. It's been a long time. Like, you guys are really busy. I was like, yeah, that'd be an understatement.
We're an hour and a half late to start and record, aren't we? Or an hour late.
I ate 14 Twix.
I know. Molly has that big bag of candy out there, but it's a good stress.
I mean, dude, we've been missing a lot of good shit that's going on.
Well, I know, and I feel like it's been months since we were.
I think July probably. I don't even know.
Yeah,
I don't know which angle to go right now. I mean,
do we go political?
do
we go economics?
I mean,
do we go real estate?
Weather. It's been good.
We had a good summer, but I feel like summer flew by.
Dude, it's gone. We lost August.
It was gone like that.
Like, I don't even remember August.
I don't
like
either.
My birthday, your birthday, and now we're like almost
October.
Yeah, it was chaos, but it's been good. I mean, dude, we need some rain though. It's dry.
We do. I know it's been
it's
like
dry.
at the property, man. It's like a dust bowl over there.
It's awful.
It's so bad.
I mean, dude, we have the assassinations to talk about.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? They went after
the removal of Biden by the Democratic Party and the installation of Kamala without getting a single vote in the primary. But the Republicans are the threat to democracy.
Where is Biden? Does anyone know where he is for real? Like, if you guys know,
he's at the beach, dude.
Someone send Matt a message on social media.
So I saw statistics based off of how many times we've seen him at the beach. The statistics stated that 40% of his time in office he has spent on vacation.
But yet,
as president,
Trump golfed 10 times in
and
office,
it's all,
then it's the end of the world.
It's the end of the fucking world.
Listen, he didn't run anything for 4 years anyway, so it's not like he fucking needed him there anyway. I mean,
but basically, we don't have a president right now.
No.
He's gone. He's
But when the new person gets in, she is going to do so much. She hasn't been there for 3.5 years already.
Okay, hold on a sec. We're off the weather already, guys. We're already on to the good stuff. So here's what boggles my mind. What I love is she's talking about how she's going to fix all these problems. Up until about a month or so ago, 2 months ago, everything was great. The economy was great. Border was safe. There were no problems. But now all of a sudden she's going to fix all the problems that there are. So you're telling me you were lying to the American. We know this.
Yes.
Now she's blatantly telling everyone that they've been lying to you, and yet people are still going to vote for this woman. But mind you, a woman that didn't get a single vote in the Democratic primary, but was installed by the deep state to be the nominee for president.
Well, that goes
a woman who
had
to drop out of the presidential election race in 2020 because she still, even though she was on the primary, didn't get a single vote to get a delegate.
I mean, you know why she's there? Because they can't move the campaign money.
Exactly.
So
she can't get back all those.
No,
all
so
that
she
money.
Was tied to the Biden campaign,
And
which
the
entitled
money
her to that money.
Right.
If they would have pushed
someone else,
Mike Obama, in there,
or Newsom or something like that,
then
they
that money,
all the money back.
Yeah,
which I fucking love, because the day that they announced her as the candidate, the next day they announced that they raised $500 million in 24 hours. No, you guys didn't. You literally just transferred the money from Biden to Kamala. You didn't raise $500 million in 24 hours from new donors, guys. Give me a break. That's the thing. These people they blatantly lie about shit. I mean, look at the ads they're running about Trump. Trump literally said there multiple times that he has nothing to do with Project 2025, and yet they still are running ads saying that it's Trump's Project 2025.
Best is the billboards that say he should be in jail.
Right.
I'm like, I don't know. Dude, we're beating a dead horse here.
It's insanity.
They have so much hatred for this man, and I'm not like, I don't understand what he did to make you hate him, that people hate him this bad. Like, I'm done arguing with people because I can't handle it anymore, and I'm just like, so you mean to tell me that your life was better from 2020 to 2024 than it was from 16 to 20?
Right.
They're like, yeah. I said, okay.
You guys are fucking insane.
I'm like, then you're a fucking idiot, and I just walk away at that point.
No, you can't, because they aren't willing to look at facts.
No,
data,
like the
data
wall's
shows
blue.
you everything.
No, it's green.
Right.
Like,
data shows you everything, and they don't want to look at it to believe it, and they won't believe it even if they do look at it. I had this conversation with my ex-mother-in-law the other day, and I love her to death, and she's always had my back, and I have very few bad things to say about her besides this. She is an adamant, well, she was a Biden supporter, now she's an adamant Harris supporter.
We had this discussion on the boat.
Yeah, on the boat. She was insisting that my son, who's 10, watch the Kamala Harris speech that she gave at the Democratic National Convention. Was like almost forcing my son to do it, and I lost my shit. I'm like, if you force my son to watch this shit, you will lose all privileges you have to any time. So then she started going off on this and how the borders are so much safer now, and I said, hold up a second. I said, I'm going to give you data. I said, do you realize that during the last 3.5 years, 10 million illegal immigrants come through this border, have come through our southern border and are here right now? That's not true. I said, okay. I said, do you know that in 2021 alone, Biden, Harris administration let in 2.3 million illegal immigrants just in 1 year. All 4 years under Trump, 4 years, 2.1 million illegal immigrants came across that border. I said, so 4 years compared to 1 year. Where are you getting your data? Fox News? I said, no, DHS.gov, ma. I said, literally from the government website. Anyone can look it up.
Dude, it's so bad right now. And here's my thing.
Dude, it's not here. Charleroi is being taken. Charleroi, a town here in Pittsburgh.
Dude, it's right by me. Like right down by me. Listen,
it's being taken over by Haitians.
It's been for 2 years. No one said anything.
It's insane.
It's so bad. And then Saturday night, that illegal immigrant killed that dude in Dormont, hit and run him on his motorcycle.
I didn't even hear about
It's all over the news right now. Charleroi is bad. And they are eating animals, people.
Oh, yeah.
There's videos.
There's videos of the guy walking with a duck from the local park.
No, dude, I got the video of the cops arrested that Haitian chick in Ohio.
Yeah, for killing the cat and eating the cat.
She was eating. He's like, open your mouth. And he's filming her with his with a camera.
He's like, why'd
you kill the cat?
Right.
He's like, put her in the car.
Yeah. He's like, put her in the car. I can't with her.
Yeah, dude, Charleroi, man.
Did you hear the whole debate the other night, the debacle where it was 3 against 1, basically, right?
Yeah,
the two moderators against.
I shut it off.
And Harris against Trump.
Angry.
Where the moderator's like, well, we called the city manager, and he says that was actually a lie. I saw the other day that the city manager actually has said there have been multiple reports of animal cruelty and these immigrants killing and eating, and
there's different cultures too. So we don't do that here, but there are places around the world where they eat.
That doesn't make it okay.
No, they eat household animals. I don't we don't do that here.
China
but
eats dogs for crying out loud, and I love dogs. Like that's disgusting to me, right? But they think it's okay.
Did you see that thing I sent you on Instagram? Who owns the last acres against the border?
No,
the head of P. Diddy Security.
P. Diddy. That's a whole other thing we can talk about.
Dude, we're so far behind. We don't have enough time for that, for the diddler today.
P. Diddler.
But we're going to
What about all these celebrities deleting all their tweets now?
If he's alive in the month, I'll be amazed. I mean, for real.
I mean, let's be honest. That guy didn't have nearly enough talent to go as far as he did. I mean, let's be honest. The dude did not have not much talent at all.
No, but he kept making, I mean, dude, he owns Ciroc Vodka, which, I mean, he owns a bunch of business. Then that thing I said you the other day with the dude kept calling Ron Burke. Yeah. He couldn't say his last name.
Berkeley.
Ron Berkeley.
I'm like, dude, it's Burkle.
Ron Burkle. I didn't know that he was tied into all those.
I didn't know either.
Diddy's financial guy.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. And
that's not good.
He's part owner of the Penguins with Mario Lemieux.
That's not good. That's not a good look.
No, not a good look at all. I don't know, man. The world we live in nowadays is sheer insanity. Yeah, the second assassination attempt, he was golfing.
That dude was in that BlackRock commercial.
You're telling me I don't believe in coincidences at all. So you're telling me it's a coincidence that both would-be assassins were in BlackRock commercials? I mean, don't even get me started going on BlackRock. I think BlackRock is one of those organizations that has gotten so big and so beyond the control of anything and anyone that they literally are the ones controlling this country and the world at this point. The number of trillions of dollars this company has, nothing surprises me when it comes to them anymore. And I'm in private equity, right? So that's just a whole other fucking ball game there, man. I mean, the amount of control that firm has and the amount of companies that they have their hands in and that they own or that they control. I mean, it's scary, honestly.
The world's scary right now, man. And it could get a lot worse. That's what I just don't understand. Like,
it will get a lot worse. If Harris gets in as president for these next 4 years, it's going to get a lot worse to the point where I don't know if we're going to have a country anymore.
I almost feel like that's what they want.
Here's what I think is going to happen. I think they want it to get so bad that then they come in and save the day. During saving the day, they end up taking over control like a socialist or communist party, basically. So now we have a communist country that we live in, and we have one party that controls literally everything. They tell you what you can and can't do, what you're going to eat, what you can buy, when you can go here, when you can go. I mean, it's going to be like Russia or Venezuela. I think that's what they want. They create the problem to then come in and save the day, act like they're the saviors, but in reality, it's so that they can control everything. And that may sound like a conspiracy, but that's exactly what we're seeing play out in front of us. They are literally allowing this to happen. And that's the only explanation I have.
Once again, you can't argue with anybody.
No, because some people just don't want to see the
you and I sitting here talking about this, probably like, look at these two crazy idiots.
Oh, yeah. You conspiracy theorists, morons.
There's no Haitians in Charleroi.
Right.
Okay.
Stay tuned. We're gonna go down and take live video.
We're gonna take a field trip.
I'll go live on Instagram and show you firsthand.
We're gonna take a field trip.
Oh man, it's why I'm building the house that I'm building. I want to insulate it from everything and everyone. Literally, we'll have everything I could possibly need or want for me and my kids and my close friends to protect them and continue to do what we want to do.
We might run out of space.
We got more room. We can go.
Yeah, we got
underground bunker.
Yeah, can't give all secrets away.
Ow.
Can't be saying.
Okay, sorry. No underground bunker.
No one knows this.
Shh. You didn't hear. Rob, cut that out.
Yeah, no one needs to know about the blowout room, bro, and the fucking 8,000-pound door that we're gonna try and lift up today or tomorrow. Enough about politics.
Okay, let's go
anyway.
into the Fed. So the Fed cut 50 basis points the other day.
Why do you think?
Political.
Like, I can't even.
I mean, everything's so political anymore.
They do that to distract people from everything else.
100%.
They take a little, something so little that people think is going to be so positive.
It's a false flag.
And distract everybody with that. Meanwhile, the other major bullshit is going on. Like, that was the same thing, dude, when like Kamala came here and she was clearing out the restaurants.
Right. So she could put her paid actors
so her actors could go in there, and people don't believe this shit. Like,
they literally bust people.
Our buddy was there with his kids. They had to fucking leave.
They made him leave.
At Permanis in Moon. And they bust in all their own fucking actors and made it look like it was a full house in there.
Well, this whole Fed rate cut, to me, I scratch my head with it because all year long, even up until a few weeks ago, they're like, inflation's not tamed to where we want it to be tamed to. But yet people were still banking on them cutting rate. And because here's the thing, inflation isn't down.
No, nothing else is down.
No, mortgage rates have come down over the last 6 weeks because they basically had it priced in that there was going to be a 25 basis point cut. And then Fed comes out and does half of a point. And I think, honestly, it's a bad thing. I think it's going to cause inflation to pick back up again because money's now cheaper, right? And people are going to go buy stuff again.
But they don't understand. They still have to make that payment every month too.
No, I get that.
And then
and the other thing that I love seeing is people be like, "Oh, mortgage rates are coming down now." I'm like, no, you guys don't realize that the Fed funds rate has nothing to do with mortgage rates. Mortgage rate will sometimes react to a Fed funds rate cut or hike, but it's not directly tied to the Fed funds rate. Even real estate agents don't realize this. It's mind blowing. It's like, that's what you do for a living, and you really don't even realize 50 basis point cut does not equate to 0.5% cut in mortgage rate. In fact, what I found absolutely funny and comical, and I pointed it out to multiple people that posted stupid shit on social media about the Fed funds rate cut and mortgage rates, is that the 10-year treasury up the day that the Fed cut 50 basis points. So mortgage rates actually went up the day that the Fed cut.
And you're literally talking like the most minimal amount different in the payment from that rate cut.
They raised rates for 4 years, for the last 4 years consistently.
Yeah. It was when Trump was in there, it was 1.9 somewhere in there, 2%, 3%.
Mortgage rates?
Yeah.
Mortgage rates were 2.5, 2.75. But the Fed funds rate was basically at zero, because inflation was so low. And that's why all the interest rates were so low. And then they literally raised it 5% over the last 4 years. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. Don't come blasting me. You don't know what you're talking about. You're wrong. I don't have all the data in front of me, morons. I say that with all the love in my heart, right? Make sure you put the proper percentage. I don't want them to say, well, you said the wrong percentage. So if I'm wrong, Rob's going to fix it in post. But it did. They raised consistently over the previous 4 years. It's the first time in 4 years they've cut rate. But here's the thing. I could be wrong. I think they went too heavy. However, I have been right all along. For the last couple of years, I've been saying they are not going to cut basically till right before fourth quarter.
Power move, like you knew it was coming. I didn't think that
everyone thought they were going to start cutting rates the second quarter of this year. I'm like,
no, I didn't think they thought that they were going to be in such a bad situation that they were the whole Biden thing. And now
Bidenomics is working. Yeah, okay. For who?
The same people that still have a mask.
Right.
Why the fuck are you still wearing a mask?
Oh my God, dude. So speaking of masks, we are so all over the place right now, and I love it. I took my son to the dentist. We literally walk in. There's a lady there with her 2 kids. Not a single person in there is wearing a mask, and she has a fucking mask on. But the best part is she has it down over her mouth, but under her nose the whole fucking time.
Dude, what I tell you? I said these people are either ugly or they got fucked up teeth. And this is your time to shine. Still, they're still riding it out.
I was like, what are you doing?
Dude, in the car still. I still pass people in the car by themselves with a mask on.
By themselves with a mask on. I know. People are like, it doesn't affect you. Why do you care? I was like, I don't, it's not that I don't care, but those are the people that fought us for 2 years to try to force us to wear masks. That's why I care. I mean, I never did anyways. I told them to eat shit.
Yeah, I
zero. Wasn't covering myself with my face with a face diaper. But those are the same people that were forcing on us, calling the police on us because we went into a store without one on, which I had happened. It's mind boggling. That's why I have a problem. Because you also know who they're voting.
No shit.
Here's where I'm at. People are like, oh, you know what? You vote for who you want to vote for. I'll vote for. No, I'm done with that shit. If you vote for Harris, you vote for Biden, you are my enemy. I am sorry to tell you, because you are literally voting for the downfall of this fucking country.
100%. And they don't see how our country affects the rest of the world.
Yeah, we used to be the superpower. We're not anymore. We're the laughing stock.
And we've already talked about this. There wouldn't have been any other wars or any of this other shit going on
No, Putin would have never went into Ukraine if Trump was in power.
ISIS wouldn't be back like they are, full fucking blast with our military equipment.
We wouldn't have had 13 soldiers die when they pulled out of Afghanistan because they didn't know what the hell they were doing.
So much shit could have been avoided. And no, I don't understand. Dude, you people, what do you watch? Do you not pay attention to what's going on out in the real world? Like, do you not see this shit?
Because they watch CNN and MSNBC.
Oh,
but here's the funny thing. Even CNN is now starting to fact check Kamala. And they're like, no.
Well, dude, it's just so bad. They have to.
We've all heard Kamala Harris speak, right?
She changes her voice every state she goes to.
She's a moron. She can't actually intelligently answer any single question. She creates a word salad and talks herself in circles. Like when she was on Oprah and the couple comes on live with Oprah and asks her, Vice President Harris, what is your plan to bring down the price of prescription drugs and the price of goods and services, like groceries and stuff like that? And she starts rambling on about how she was raised in a blue collar family who took pride in their grass being mowed and green. And these people are sitting there, their faces as this rambling went on from Harris were just priceless.
Didn't her husband get the nanny pregnant or something?
I remember vaguely hearing something about that. I don't know.
I'm just saying, like,
she started off as Montel Williams' side piece.
Dude, that's the best that's the best picture ever.
I mean, and this is the person you're going to vote for the president of the United States. But anyways, what I was going to is she's so unintelligent and incoherent with her responses. And yet and I love my ex-mother-in-law. I'm not even going to say your name, and I love her, and she's never going to see this, so I don't have to worry about her hating me. But she's so intelligent. She's so smart when you listen to her talk, and I'm like, okay. Wow.
Bottom line, she's been there 3.5 years and hasn't done a fucking thing. But when she gets in office, she's going to do this.
Let's talk some real estate. So we just closed on this new property in Oklahoma, 216 units. It's the first large multifamily we have bought in over 4.5 years.
Yeah, because
the market has been shit.
You haven't. There was no opportunity.
No.
Yeah, but dude, you went through a lot of bullshit to get that done. That was a rough 2 week span for you there. You were teetering.
I was teetering. It was a stressful teetering. Couple weeks. Yeah, because we couldn't get final details. We couldn't get together. But we did. We got it done. 216 units. I would say it's a class B- property that we're going to turn into a nice B+ property in Oklahoma. I love the Midwest corridor right now. Ultimately, we bought it for $10.5 million. It's 216 units. Once we stabilize it, it's going to be a $23 million property. I mean, it's a home run.
What's the occupancy on that one now?
It was like 60% when we took over. It was horrible.
Yeah,
it was atrocious.
Yeah.
It was horribly managed before. Multiple management companies just did a really bad job. Previous partners on the deal, a couple of them didn't want to inject any capital into it, so that was a problem. But there's so much upside on this property. And initially, it was priced at like $13.5 million. We walked away from it. And then the seller came back and said, what if we did it this way? And I was like, yeah. We're going to put about $500,000 into it over the next 6 months, finish renovating all the units. We're going to replace all the HVAC, new air conditioners, increase the curb appeal, finish turning all the units that need to be turned, and then get it stabilized. We're shooting for like 92% occupancy. We can stabilize it at 92% occupancy, and as rates continue to come down, it's going to be $23 million property. We're going to be able to sell it. So we're going to next 3 to 4 years. It'll be a nice return for our investors. There's no doubt. And this one's closed out, man. They missed out, but it was a first deal that actually got me excited, and you know that I've been talking about it for months.
Not the one in Georgia.
Not like the one in Georgia. No, that one we just had to walk away from.
That was no good.
I like Georgia though. I do like Georgia. I'd like to find some more properties there.
It's a red flag when we asked for pictures for a month.
I know. Why aren't we getting pictures, guys?
And then finally we got the pictures, and it was like,
did they not think we weren't going to come down there in person either?
There was literally units that burned, that were on fire. They caught fire. They left them out of they said it was a full gut. Well, no shit, it was a full gut.
Yeah,
it was burned.
It was
burned down to the studs. Yeah, we got a little spec house going on up here.
We do. It's a little tester for the development firm, which is nice.
Got that going. We got your monstrosity. Been chaos.
You're gonna have that done for me to move in December, right?
You'll be in there by the end of the year. Your basement might not be done, but
I don't need the basement done. I just need to be able to move in there so I can refinance out of that thing, pay off this builder loan that we've already extended twice.
Well, that was because you couldn't make up your mind in the beginning what we were doing.
I had a little bit of a delay, but yeah, I need to be in there by December.
That's why we haven't been filming. We've changed our mind every day on that house.
Well, there's been a lot of changes ongoing. We've changed a lot of stuff on the fly. Not that those things really delayed us. Some vendors took a little bit longer than they should have. And there's a delay on that, and delay with some materials and, typical construction stuff.
Yeah.
Permitting took forever.
Yeah, that was a nightmare.
I had to run $100,000 water line up the road. That took a while, which by the way, I'm still waiting for to be refunded on the overage that I paid them. They still haven't sent me my money.
Yeah, we didn't use the fire hydrant.
We didn't use the fire hydrant. We We didn't run it 30 feet of it. We didn't, whatever. These local municipality organizations like the water.
It's not. It's the water and gas company. They got you by the fucking nuts and you can't do anything.
It's a racket. We're not supposed to allow monopolies, but literally that's what they are. They're monopolies.
And they dictate the price.
And
you don't have an option.
Who you can use. It's mind blowing. I'm like, it's legal extortion, basically. That leads me to another point. Like, we literally overthrew the English government and rule of this country over a 1 penny, 1 cent tax on tea, right? And here we are now with municipality organizations that are monopolies and basically legally extort you. And we pay 40% a year, if not more, in income tax. How the fuck did we allow us to get here?
Yeah, what's the new tax that Kamala wants to put on the middle class?
Oh, she wants to do the unrealized capital gains tax. She wants to tax unrealized capital gains 25%, which means, guys, just so you understand, let's talk real estate. I'm going to put it in terms of a house that you own. Let's say you own a $500,000 house. Let's say over the next 12 months, value of that house goes up to $600,000, $100,000 gain. You now owe a $25,000 tax to the government because your property went up in value $100,000. Now, you didn't sell the property.
You didn't refinance it.
Which even if you did refinance it, the equity you pull out is actually tax-free because of debt. It's just additional equity in your home that you got because your home went up in value. You have to pay a $25,000 tax on because it went up $100,000. You didn't sell it. You didn't refinance it to get any extra money. You didn't have a pay increase at your job. You didn't do anything. You got to figure out how to come up with an extra $25,000 to pay for that unrealized capital gains tax. Now, here's the kicker. If your property drops, let's say the next year, that same $100,000 and goes back down to $500,000, you don't get that 25 grand back.
Dude, that'll kill the middle class.
It will kill this country. It will kill this country to the point that people aren't going to have the money to pay that. Most people are house rich and cash poor, right? They have a ton of equity in their house. They have a house that's worth something, but they don't have cash sitting in the bank, right? Like most don't have an extra $1,000 in their bank account to pay for surprise expenses. It's going to break this country. Literally, it's going to put people into bankruptcy. And here's the thing. She says it because it sounds good to a certain demographic.
Right.
It's all the poor people, let's be honest, the poor and uneducated people that don't understand capital gains taxes and everything like that are constantly chanting tax the rich, that are going to look at this like it's a good thing. Oh yeah, make them pay money on.
It's you.
Yeah. But the problem is that it will literally break this country because people are, like I said, people are house rich. The other thing she wants to do is she wants to increase long-term capital gains taxes to 44%, which is what basically short-term capital gains taxes are.
Right.
Right. So if short-term capital gains is anything that 12 months or under, right? You flip a house, whatever, you're going to pay, short-term capital gains taxes on that investment. Now she wants to take your long-term capital gains and take those taxes up to 44%, which now are, I think, at 25%.
27, I thought.
27 or something on long-term. What's that going to do? That's going to create massive market instability.
Correct.
Because you are not going to have people that are going to invest long-term anymore. They are going to be short-term flippers when it comes to any investment, stock markets, houses, real estate, whatever it is. Because if they're paying the same capital gains.
Yeah, get your money out.
Get your money in, get it out, and move on to the next.
Keep going to the next one.
Right.
You're not going to have anything that's going to build any longevity in anything.
No. So both of those concepts are absolutely asinine. The problem is that she's appeasing and appealing to the uneducated, broke, poor people in this country that don't understand how those things work and operate.
Right.
Meanwhile, it's the wealthy, it's the top 1% that pay the majority of all income taxes in this country. People think that they get tax breaks. They don't get tax breaks. They use the tax code to their advantage. Most people don't do that, which is why they sit there and they say, well, I'm paying 35%. How did this person, make this much money and they're only paying this percent? Well, it's because they have real estate in their portfolio. It's because they take advantage of Section 179. It's because they understand the tax code and they have tax attorneys and accountants that understand the tax code to use it to their advantage.
Correct.
Most people don't do that. And that's why we are so financially uneducated. This country is so financially uneducated because it's not taught at a young age how to do the most basic of things like balance a checkbook, understand interest, understanding compound interest, understanding taxes. They don't teach it for a reason. And I'm going off on a tangent here because they want to keep you in this circle. They want to keep you in the matrix.
Yeah.
Right? You constantly have to come back to borrow money at a high interest rate to pay for this. And then they keep you in the matrix because you're continuing to pay that high interest that you're never going to be able to pay off. You're never going to get out from underneath it. And you take out another loan, or you have to use all the equity in your house to pay this off or pay that off. It keeps them in this cycle so that they never get out of it, right? It's why they push you to go to school, right? They push you to go to school because they want you to take out loans that they can charge you X amount of percent on to keep you tied to them and owing them money that you're never going to fucking pay up.
No, your school won't. You'll be there forever.
But you're never going to use that education.
Never.
We're just so financially illiterate in this country that most people look at.
Dude, they trap
Well, they do 100% trap you.
They send you there for 4
and
years.
They villainize the people that actually have it figured out and have built something successful. They're villainized by people like Harris, and people actually believe this and think that the people that are wealthy are the evil people. Meanwhile, they're the ones that just actually understood how taxes work, understand finances, and have built something to be actually successful.
Go get $250,000 in debt. We'll let you pay it off at a low rate for 30 years. You'll still be paying it forever.
Right.
Go to college, sit there Monday through Friday, training you to be in one location.
Good work, good cog.
We're training you to be in one spot from 9 in the morning till whenever your school day is done. So then when you're done with those 4 years, you're already prepared to go into the workforce and be somewhere from 8 to 5.
Do that for 40 years.
Do that for 40 years.
Put your money away in your 401k.
Yeah. Don't let it do anything for you. Sit there and then retire and then die 2 years later not to get fucking enjoy life. Yep. And people can't figure this shit out yet. And when you do,
it's too late. Or you're villain. If you figure out like we have, you're villainized.
You're fucked.
You looked at you're the bad guy.
And then we do, how do you have all this shit?
It's funny. I saw a video. Some guy posted a reel, the speakeasy that I sent you.
Yeah.
So there was a reel on Facebook, and underneath it, there was a comment from some guy that said, "Must be nice to have that amount of money to waste." And there was all kinds of comments that blasted him for this. And I responded, "Yeah, it kind of is actually." I said, "If you actually got up off your ass, went out and built something that was successful, you would actually see that it is possible, and you can go and build nice things like this that you enjoy." And here's the thing: it's not a waste to this person that built it and spent the money to do it, because it's probably a way for him to escape what he has to do on a day-to-day basis to make sure that he has that type of disposable income to be able to build what he wants to build. If you actually looked at things from that point of view, you wouldn't be on here bitching and moaning and throwing shade at someone else or actually doing something, building something successful that they have the money to do something like this. You would be out there building it. But instead, you're going to play the victim and sit here and make a comment like that, like he's the bad guy.
And listen, I'm not knocking that, because to be successful, you need good people around you.
100%.
Those people also they endure a lot of the stress, because then it flows downhill. So like, I'm not bashing anybody for going to work from 9 to 5.
We need them.
But like,
there's a role for everyone. And there's some people that are more suited to that. And that's fine. 100%.
I'm going to be honest with you. People that bitch and complain about all this shit, they can't handle stress like we do.
Nope, they can't. They couldn't, which is why they don't do it.
And that's what I try to tell people. I'm like, you can do this. You're going to be stressed the fuck out the majority of your days, but there is rewards at the end of it. But like, the stress never stops.
No.
I mean,
we just get better at dealing with it.
Correct. Yes.
That's all.
Yeah.
We just get better at dealing with it. It doesn't ever go away. It's just we get better at dealing with it over time. And that's what I've learned over the years is like, as I get older, I just get better at dealing with the stress and letting it just roll off my back. I mean, there's some days you saw the last 2 weeks leading up to the end of August into September, trying to get this deal closed. I mean, I was stressed out. I was short-tempered. I was exhausted. I wasn't sleeping well. Comes with the territory.
We don't
need to go there. We're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. Not going to go there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, we're good.
All right. Guys, we'll see you next time.
We'll catch you guys. It won't be a 3-month hiatus.
We'll catch you guys next time.